have any questions they'd like to ask me before I throw up some practice questions. Uh, just type them into the chat if you have a question. You know, it could be on the practice test. It could be. Nope. Okay. All right. Let me see. If I can pull up the test. And we could look at number 4 and 31. Okay. And it just add in yes if you could see the practice test on your screen. Okay. So just happened. All right. There we go. All right. So 4, let me get the chat box back up so I could see everything you guys asked. All right. Let's go. The first one is 4. The opportunity cost of something is what is given up. So it's D, what's given up to acquire it. So the opportunity cost of you being here is, say, giving up watching the football game or giving up playing with your friends or, you know, what the next best thing to being here would be. Does that make sense to you, Connor? Okay, let me scroll and let's see, can I get to 31? And we'll go 41, 42. As I'm scrolling, really read carefully on tomorrow's test. Really see, do they want inputs or outputs, and what they're asking for. Okay. 31. Table shows the maximum amount of coffee and salmon. If they just produce one, I'll go back to 1. If they just could produce one good, Brazil has, see, 31 is A, right? Brazil has the absolute advantage in producing coffee, 40 to 20.
Yeah, I had that, but my answer key said B, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, the answer key is wrong. What they do is they make some mistakes on purpose, and the purpose of that is if you are copying their questions and you had an obvious one like that wrong, just like theirs, they could get you on a copyright infraction. And I'm backing up to 1. I think there was another bad thing on the answer key on 1. 1 should be E. Is the answer key something else besides E?
Yes, it's C. That's why I was confused.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that was wrong. So we got that. And 41 and 42. All right. Only goes up to 40. Did I sneak some questions on that I didn't have? All right. 41. If the production possibilities for Frontier is bowed outward, then, all right. Well, it's an increase. You know, if it's bowed out, it's not going to be constant, right? And opportunity cost has to be increasing. It can't be 100, because then from 6 to 8, there'd be no increase. If it was 150, the opportunity cost from 4 to 6 would be 150, and from 6 to 8 would be 50. That can't be it because it's increasing. If it was 200, it'd be constant. If it's 250, it's 50 from 4 to 6, and then 150 from 6 to 8, and that is increasing. So that's why D, as in dogwood, is the right answer.
Can you go over how you tell it's increasing again?
The reason I know it's increasing is because it says it's bowed outward.
Oh, okay. I just didn't read carefully.
Okay. All right. And then 42, if labor in Mexico is less productive than labor. All right. When they say labor is less productive, what they're pretty much saying is if the absolute advantage in Mexico is less than the United States in all areas, well, we know absolute advantage doesn't have anything to do with trade. That whole statement really doesn't matter. So then D, both Mexico and the United States could still benefit. Did that make
Okay.
sense to you?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, 8 and 1 is actually 8. Okay. Anyone else have any questions on the practice test they would like me to go over? Or any other general questions? Again, I took the test today, and one of the things I would say again is read really carefully. Make sure you're answering the questions. The FRQs are generally really good, but some people got things wrong because they didn't answer the question they asked. So just make sure tomorrow you read carefully, you know the difference between inputs and outputs, and you answer the questions they ask. Okay. I probably have some practice questions and things that we might have done in class, but like just as a review, let me see, can I pull them up? Really good. Okay, line. Let's get the chat back up in case anyone wants it. Okay. Let's get the chat down here. All right. Theory, and just give everyone a minute, okay? The theory of comparative advantage implies that alpha would find it advantageous too. Okay. As people are looking at this one for the answer, I should say in the 110 FRQs, I think 3 people got the trade question wrong, which is really amazing. You guys did a great job on that. All right. So the theory of competitive advantage applies that alpha would find it advantageous to give everyone a minute. Okay, when I say 3, type in the answer. 1, 2, 3. No one? There we go. We got a lot of alphas, and that's right. Okay. Now, just like when you're doing these, you cannot have the comparative advantage in both. So C, export grain and steel can't be right. Export steel, D can't be right. So you could knock out a couple of these just, you never know. All right. We'll do the AP. I don't know when we're going to do that, but we're going to. All right. Before specialization and trade, the domestic opportunity costs of producing 1 ton of grain in alpha and beta is which of the following? Give you a minute. Okay. 1, 2, 3. What do we have here? All right. We have B as in broccoli. All right. If we're looking for the opportunity cost of grain, we're going to go other over. 30 over 30 is 1. For beta, we're going to go the other over. 20 over 10 is 2. They're going to have 1 ton of grain, 2 tons of steel. Okay. And, me personally, I would make the box, but all right. Trade exchange also referred to the terms of trade between grain and steel with alpha and beta. Find it mutually advantageous. All right, I'll give you a minute to think of this one. I'm going to probably do the box. Yeah. All right, I'll count it off. 1, 2, 3. What do we have? Okay, we have a lot of broccoli. I'm just going to quickly go over it in case someone didn't remember. So it's an output. How do I know? Because how much grain and how much wheat is being produced. So I go 30 over 30, 1, and then I go 20 over 10, and that's 2. So I know that alpha, right? Alpha is going to export grain, and beta is going to export steel. All right. And then again, so alpha is a 1-to-1, right? So they usually get 1 for every, so they have to get greater than 1. 1.5 steel is greater than 1. The beta, they usually give up 2 steel for every 1 grain. They have to give up less than 2 for it to be a good trade. 1.5 fits in there. So that's winner, winner, chicken dinner. Okay. And if there's questions on any of them, just put it in the chat or tell me to go over it. If two nations specialize according to the law of comparative advantage, then trade with each other. Which of the following would be true? Give you a minute. Okay, we count to three. 1, 2, 3. What do we got? I got D's. I got mostly D's. Okay. All right. What I saw is C, but let me just tell you, everyone within there's almost nothing that gets everyone better off. Okay. Each nation, D is right, because if I'm trading one grain, if I used to go one grain for one steel, and now I'm trading a grain for 1.5 steel, I'm not producing more, but I'm bringing in more steel that lets my people in my country consume more. D as in dogwood is correct. Okay. Table below shows the production possibility for country A and B for producing computers and cars with equal amount of resources that are fully efficient. Okay, I'll give you a minute. I'll get that out. Let me get that out of the way. Okay, what do we have for this one? 1, 2, 3. All right, a lot of broccoli. Okay, and we might have done this problem or something like it. Zeros really here don't matter. All right, on the app, B has the absolute advantage, 45 to 24. It's an output because we're producing computers and cars, and that's what we're tracking here. How many computers and how many cars. It's an output, it's other 12 over 24, which is a half. And then the other 15 over 45, which is a third. So B is going to have the comparative advantage in computers and A in cars. Okay. Anyone with any questions on that one? You guys seem to be strong here. All right. Aaron works a part-time at a local convenience store and earns $10 per hour. She wants to spend next Saturday afternoon attending a music concert. The full price of the concert ticket is $75, but Karen was able to get a discounted price of $50 from a friend who purchased the ticket but has become unable to attend. If Karen took 4 hours off from her job to attend the concert, okay, give you about a minute to think about this. Okay, I'll count off. 1, 2, 3. What do we have? Okay. We're at Dogwood, which is good. All right. So her opportunity cost is not going to work. All right. So what does it cost her not to go to work? It costs her what she has to pay for the ticket, $50, plus 10 times the 4 hours, plus the 40 hours she would have paid, a total of 90. Okay. I'll give you like 30 seconds to tell me the marginal utility of the third item. Okay, what do we got? Marginal utility of the third item. Okay, maybe not as confident on this. The answer is right, that people had. I go 60, third item minus the second item, 45 is 15. They ask which one of these has the highest marginal utility, it'd be 1. 25 minus 0 is 25, 45 minus 25 is 20, 60 minus 45 is 15. Okay. Anyone not sure of how to figure out marginal utility? There's like one question like this on it. It's only one, but you know, if we know it, it should be easy to get correctly. Any questions? Yeah. All right. The concept of opportunity cost would no longer be relevant if. Okay. 1, 2, 3. What do we got? Okay. Yeah, if the supply of all resources were unlimited, there wouldn't be scarcity. So there it is. Okay, good job on that one. Which of the following explains why a production possibility curve is often represented as concave or bowed out? Okay, what do we got? 1, 2, 3. Here we got E. It's increasing opportunity costs because resources are not easily adaptable. Okay. For an economy with a straight line production possibilities curve, which of the following must be true? Give you a minute. I hate these, but okay. 1, 2, 3. What do we have? All right. If T on the opportunity is constant, that's true. Resources are good, that's true. Resources are used. No, B and C are used efficiently here, but they could also be bowed out. Now, if this is capital goods on the vertical axis, horizontal axis has C consumer goods. What point would best prepare this country for economic growth? What point, what letter would best prepare this country for economic growth? Okay, people are typing in. No, it's going to be B, because B is making the most capital goods, meaning that we're making machines, factories, tools, and those are going to be used to enhance economic growth in the future. Which letter would say where we have high unemployment? Which letter would say we have high unemployment? Okay, A is inefficient unemployment. Just write down one thing that could get you from B to D. One thing that could get you from B to D. All right, change in technology, increase in technology. Everyone's just on the technology, new technology, better quality of goods, quantity or quality, change in quantity or quality. I'll put capital stock, and I'll also throw in human resources, right? Training or educating people, human resources. Okay. All right, you guys did good on that. All right, just remember I forgot the number, but I think there's 15 questions on production possibilities curve. There we go. There is, I didn't even have to draw the curve. All right. The diagram above shows the possibilities for all of the following statements about this. This is what I mean by reading carefully, though. All of the following statements about this economy are true, except, all right? So we're looking for the one that's false. Okay. 1, 2, 3. What do we have? Okay, we have E, right? Point X, it's not more efficient, it's the same efficient as point W. The only thing about X is, as it says there, it is better for future economic growth because we have more capital goods. Okay. All right, if we go from Z to X, remember the curve doesn't shift. We just go from inefficient to efficient. Okay, let's see what we got here. If resources were substitutable in all activities, which of the following would be true? Okay, 1, 2, 3. What do we got? All right, we got B's. Okay. It'd be constant because resources would be easily adaptable. Okay. The diagram above shows the production possibility curve for country Y. Which of the following? Okay, so now we're just looking for a true statement. Which of the following statements is true? Give you a minute. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. And A it is. Which letter would be best if you're looking for long-term economic growth? Where should you produce if you're looking for long-term economic growth? You want to produce C, right? Because you rather have machines than butter. All right, good. Oh, someone had A there. I don't know, was that an A from the last answer?
Yeah, I never got rid of the A.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
this was from the last.
Yeah, I meant C.
Yeah. That's okay. All right, I just want to make sure. Yeah, all right. Pointing to the graph above, if a country is currently producing at point X, the opportunity cost of producing another consumer good is. I'll give you a minute. Okay, what do we have? Okay. All right, we're going with A, and that if we do one consumer good, one more, we go from 3 to 4. So we went from 50 capital goods to 30, so it would be 20 capital goods. Hopefully that. Okay. All right, that's pretty much all the questions I had. I think that pretty much touches everything. Slightly. Does anyone have any other questions that they want to ask, either on things we just did, anything in your notes, or anything on the practice test? Just type it into the chat. $31. Was that the 31, the one with the wrong answer key question? Let me just check. Yeah, the answer key, Savi was wrong on 31. The answer is A.
Okay.
Is that what you had? A.
Yeah, I had A and then it said B. I was like, oh, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, the answer key is just wrong.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Any other questions anyone else has?